These are the last two problems from 8.4. This one's a little easier. This one's a little trickier. And then also remember, you can type into YouTube, finding the equation of a line, and you're going to find hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on how to write the equation of lines when you're given different criteria. So this one, again, similar to number 9, having some knowledge of horizontal and vertical lines is super helpful, because when I spot this right here, I already know this is a horizontal line. I don't see an x value here, so I know this is horizontal. Okay, now thinking about that, it's a horizontal line. What's parallel to horizontal? It also has to be horizontal line. So to be parallel to a horizontal line, it has to be horizontal. So we know all horizontal lines are of the form y equals a number. And so then we just choose our y value here, and we get y equals -3. So we can make what seems like going to be a difficult problem into a pretty easy problem by our knowledge of horizontal and vertical lines, okay, and parallel and perpendicular, right? If it would have said perpendicular, it would have been slightly different, and we would have had to write x equals, okay? So this last one, they give you a picture, and they often give you a picture. You don't have to use the picture, but sometimes the graph can come in useful when doing the problem. It says to find the equation of a line that's perpendicular to this line. The problem is I don't see the slope here, and hopefully you know that if you wanted to find the slope here, you would have to change this into slope-intercept form. Now that's not that bad to do, because I move this over, I get -2y equals -4/3 x plus 10/3, and you should be becoming an expert of changing things into slope-intercept form. Divide by -2, divide by -2, divide by -2. This is where it gets a little tricky for some students, but if you're a master of your calculator or good at fractions, that value, okay, ends up becoming 2/3. Okay, so for this line, the slope is 2/3. Well, if we know that we have to do perpendicular, well, we just flip that and change the sign. We know we have to use -3/2. Okay, so that's because of perpendicular statement here. Okay? So the problem doesn't state that it has to be in any form. So I know this isn't the intercept, because that's not the b value, or the 0 value, and so therefore that's not b. So I'm going to just go to what doesn't seem like a handy form of the line, but it is very handy in this case, because I have the slope I'm going to use, and then I have a point. Okay, so let's put the values in, and I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. Hopefully you can follow that. I have this negative sign. I'm going to drop in -2. So, well, I'll show you. Okay, so I have negative, and then my m value is -3/2. And then my x value, my x1 value is -3. And then I have these double negative signs, so I want to clean this up. And I can end with y plus 2 equals -3/2 x plus 3. And that's a fine answer there, because it doesn't say it has to be in slope-intercept form. Okay, I see I'm missing a parenthesis here when I look. Okay, that's a fine answer there. Okay, so be careful with your parentheses. If you had to change it to slope-intercept form, you'd have to do a little more math, but perfectly okay. Now, I just want to show you quickly, if you did use the picture, instead of finding the slope this way, what a student might have done is they would have said, okay, the rise here, the rise is 4, and the run here is 6. Okay, so rise over run is 4 over 6, and that reduces to 2 over 3. So we could have used the picture to find the equation of the slope of our original line. Okay, so hopefully the pictures don't get you confused, and you can work through the mathematics, but take your time and watch these examples and look for other examples on YouTube or what other sources you use on the internet. That wraps up 8.4. 8.5 will be next. Thanks.